Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout where your freedom lifestyle begins. I'm super excited today, guys. It's been a long time coming. We are joined by the one, the only, Chamu in the house. Thank you so much for being here. I am super excited. You've been in the FLC community for a while now and you've been crushing it, can I just say, but we'll talk about that in a second. So it's really, really nice to actually have you here and properly get to know you a little bit more. So I'm super excited. Before we get into it, make sure you are following us all on Instagram. They're on the screen here, here, and here somewhere, and also in the descriptions below. So with all that being said, I just want to get straight into it. Misty, over to you.
Thank you, Josie. Gemma, we're so excited to have you here. It's such an honor to have you join us. And like Josie said, we've known you a little bit, for a while now, but I don't think our viewers know much about you. Would you mind giving us just a little bit of who you are and what you're doing so they can check you out everywhere that you're posted or you're posting? So yeah, if you just want to give us a little bit of rundown of who you are and what you do.
All righty. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. I'm super excited to be here. And of course, I've been knowing you guys for so long. And yeah, let's get this started. So my name is Chamu Pachirani. You can find me with that name on all the Instagram and Facebook handles. And just a bit about me. So I grew up in an island, a beautiful island called Sri Lanka, surrounded by nature and this Buddhist culture. And I believe that is what really shaped me as a person. And I've been always curious about life, and I always had so many questions when I was little about life and why is it like that? Why does it have to be like this? And got me into so much of trouble, of course. But in my mid-20s, I started exploring spirituality and different religions, yoga myself better. And on a deeper level. I've traveled to 70 countries, and each place had its own special something for me. And as someone starting from nothing, got me thinking, hey, what if I can use all this, what I have experienced and learned throughout my life to help another person. And that's how I got into creating my own program, which is inner alignment program called the 21-Day Radiant Living. So where we dive deep within yourself to see what has happened, what can be fixed, and then from there, everything kind of falls into place when we look within. So that's what I do, and that's what I've been doing for all these years. I had been blessed with so many clients from all around the world, operating from Dubai, and it's been a beautiful journey. So I'm super excited to take you through this journey.
So cool. That's really cool. Like I knew I mean obviously I knew that you grew up in Sri Lanka. I think I've heard you say that before, but like I didn't know all that stuff. So that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. And I especially love that you're using, so you've been to what's over 70 countries and you've learned like a little bit from each of that's crazy. That's insane. That's really cool. But you're using that to like help people now. And like you rightly said, a lot of things come from within. And you reminded me of something that Seb from the team tells us a lot and tells our students a lot. Again, we quote Seb almost every
Yeah.
single hangout here. But he
Your
says,
Sebisms.
yeah, it's always Seb said this, Seb said this. But he says that you don't have business problems, and this can be related to anywhere, but for us, people don't have business problems. They have personal problems that show up in your business. So I think that's it's similar, right? Like a lot of the time, outside circumstances or problems. I say this because sometimes they're bigger in our head. It starts from maybe something within that we need to work on, right? Do you
Yeah.
see that a lot with people? Like things that are happening outside is actually something in?
Absolutely, Josie. So how it works is very simple. Like whatever you feel, think, and believe within, or all the conditionings you have, all that the programming that you have as a child, and it's actually a big topic, but everything you have within, it will manifest externally. So whatever you are seeing is like a mirror effect in your life when it comes to your health, when it comes to your relationships, your career, what you earn. So it is all about your inner beliefs mirroring outwards.
I love
Wow.
that.
This
Yeah.
whole thing reminds me of a story that I learned once when I was studying the Bible with a friend of mine, because I'm an overthinker. So every problem or situation that I'm in, I have a tendency to make it bigger and not see the big picture. And she was telling me that it's like having a marble in your hand, and you put that marble up to your eye, and all you can see is the marble. So that marble represents your problems. If you have it up here, that's all you can see. What you have to do is throw it out in front of you and leave it there. And then you can see the bigger picture. And she said, and don't go and pick up that marble. Leave it alone. It's no longer yours. You let God handle it. Let him pick it up. It's his. Because if you pick it up again,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's going to be right back here, and that's all you see. So you have to throw it out there and leave it there. It's no longer yours. You can't worry about it anymore. Look at the bigger picture.
So
And
true.
I
We
think
tend
that,
to,
yeah, go ahead.
we tend to pick it up again and again over
Mhm.
time, and we have the same problem, as you rightly said. It's an ongoing problem because we keep on picking up that marble and looking through it
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Leave the damn marble alone.
Leave
Right?
it alone. Don't pick it up again.
Yeah.
Picture it as being red hot. It just came out of the fire. Leave it alone. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think this is awesome. So, when you're showing, do you have certain techniques or advice that you tell people to help them like be able to get out of their head and look at the bigger picture?
Yeah, absolutely. But to do that, let's look into why this misalignment happens. Because if a person doesn't know that they are in misalignment, they don't know if a fixing needs, or if there's
Very
any
true.
kind of healing is required for them. So it usually happens through childhood trauma. Now, trauma is a big word that people often get confused because they think that, okay, there have to be something big happening to me so that it is trauma. But just a simple thing as neglecting a child is also traumatic for that little child. So when you grow up, that conditioning comes out and comes into play and misaligned. So it's a defense mechanism as a child to be disconnected from their own. Other things are like what others make you believe, any trauma when it comes to children, as I said, and any trauma with the mother goes through when the little one was in the womb. So that's something that a lot of people, even the big therapists, like kind of ignore and neglects that part of it, because the child is very sensitive even in the womb, so they can still pick up emotions from the mother. And past life experience, of course, it's a big matter when it comes to misalignment. That means misalignment is basically your mind, body, and soul is not in sync how it's supposed to be. When you come into earth as a being, like you're supposed to be, every human being supposed to be in alignment, in a certain frequency, vibrating in a certain frequency, connected to your mind, body, and soul. A misalignment, if something has gone wrong, so now their body is in another frequency, your mind is somewhere else, and the after effects feels like sometimes we feel like so many tabs open in our mind, right? We feel stuck, we feel bored, we feel clumsy, hitting, pinky fingers and elbows all the time. That's a big sign of a misalignment in your body and your mind. Disease is a big part of it, because disease is a way of your body is trying to tell you, okay, there's something needs your attention here. Some emotion needs to be fixed. Some trauma needs to be fixed. Of course, feeling drained, no energy, all of that are the signs of misalignment.
Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. And sorry, Misty, go ahead.
No, I'm trying to remember the question I had. Go ahead, and I'll think of it.
What really surprised me was that actually things that people are going through now, say you're 30 years old and you're going through something and it's ongoing, like it's a problem in your life, that the root of that could have maybe started when you were still in the womb of your mum. Like, that's crazy to me, like, really, but cool. That's really cool to know, because and people need to know this, because it can drive you crazy when you're like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is happening? But really, sometimes it's something that you don't even remember. Either, like you just said, you were still in the womb, so obviously you don't remember, or you're a child and it's before your memory. And what's really cool, I think, with what you help people with and all this, is that you can help everyone with this. I feel like there's not one person on the earth that can't improve just this much in a certain level. If you're watching this right now and you don't think that you can improve this much in one area of your life, you're lying to yourself. Like, what else are you lying about? Like, it's so really, you can help anyone with this. So what I'm trying to say is follow Chamu, follow her message if you have any questions, and really do yourself a favor and look into this more, because it's going to help you, yes, but it's going to help everyone around you too. We were just talking yesterday about the more that you help you, the more you can help other people. So yeah, follow Chamu is what I'm saying. Misty, do you remember the question?
Yeah, but you actually answered it, so that's all good. Do you have, are you like doing a course when you're talking to people, or do you have a book, or how are you getting this across to people?
Yes, Misty. So there's a program that I run for every 8th of each month. We are starting this program, and it goes up to 21 to 27 days, depending on how the healing and how their progress is happening. So it's a unique blend of modern psychology, ancient healing techniques, and a little bit of hypnosis and yoga. And it's a beautiful blend of all the techniques, actually. And we work on all levels, like with your mind, with your body, vagus nerve resets, and everything that you need to do to get into alignment within a certain period of time, and where you can actually see the results for yourself, because there's a way that we track all these things. We give biorhythm reports where you can see your energetic levels have changed, how your chakras are aligned. So this is not just up in the air, okay, it's something woo-woo that, you don't know if it's really going to happen, or you don't know what's going within you. But before and after, we give 2 reports where you can actually see what has happened within you.
Wow.
That's really
Thank you
cool.
for that, because I wanted to be able to let people know that when they go to check you out, it is for a reason, that you are doing all of this. And it's, I think it's really important. And to know that you can do it within a certain amount of time. I do think that, it's amazing you can do it within a certain amount of time, but I do think that it's something that needs to be ongoing, right? Because we're always
Absolutely.
changing. So, everybody, you need to keep that in mind. When you're doing something like this, it is fantastic to get it started and doing it, but learn everything you can, get as much change as you can in there. But remember that it may be an ongoing thing, because we are changing all the time.
Yes, absolutely, Misty, because this is just like the foundation. What we
Yeah.
built is a foundation for you. On top of it, what you want to build on is totally up to you. And as we always say, there's so much to learn, and it's your own journey. What we are doing is just creating a foundation for them.
So do you have, if your course right now is a foundation, right? It's the
Yes.
basics, the foundation of it. Do you have, or are you planning on bringing in another course in sometime in the future that will help them to continue on with that, or to, I want to say, scale it, to continue growing with that, like an advanced version, I guess is what you'd.
Yes. So the foundation is what they can join in when they're just starting out. And there are levels that they can join later. Let's say if they want to, now if that's very strong foundation, if they want to build up on their relationships or their financial matters, they can join the next levels, so that we will focus on all the beliefs, conditionings that say about money that they have, and we'll start removing them, so that that path gets cleared up for them. So likewise, they can join the other levels depending on what they exactly want to achieve in their life.
Yeah,
This is
nice.
so cool.
And it's really important to have that foundation, because we see it a lot that people want to skip to the part that they're struggling on. Like, no, let's skip to the financial part. No, let's skip to the love and relationships part. But you need a strong foundation to work off. Like if we went about building houses and apartments without a strong foundation, everything would come crashing down. So you need that foundation. And I heard it from one of our mentors recently that said the way you get good at anything, the way you improve well in a certain area, is by practicing it over and over again, and having the right information, having the right person to do it with. So yeah, and this is exactly what you are. You are the right information, and you're the right person to do it with, and you have that, yeah, you have that experience, and you know what you're talking about. So that's really, really cool. What are some, like, do you have any practices that you do every day to kind of keep you, obviously you have that experience, you have the foundation, but do you do anything like on the daily to kind of keep it up?
So yeah, absolutely. I have my own crazy routine that
Yeah,
I
let's
follow
hear it.
through. But it's a bit extreme, because I meditate for about 2 hours per day, which is
Wow.
not possible for somebody who's working like a 9 to 5 job, I would say. But anything, if you can, the key is consistency. If you can continue even a 4 minutes meditation every single day, within a span of 21 days, you will definitely see a difference and improvement. Meditation is key when it comes to your inner alignment, because with meditation, what comes is the awareness, the consciousness. It awakens that you will know what you're feeling. You will know when you are in stress, or if you are in distress, like, if you're fearful, anxious about something, or if you're feeling depressed. That only comes when you pay attention to what is actually happening within you. And that's why meditation and mindfulness is by alignment. Once when you're aware, it's easier for you to deal with it. Sometimes all it takes for the inner alignment is just to sit with that feeling and actually feel it, instead of brushing it under the a rug all the time, because that's the easiest way, right? We choose the easiest way. We either, munch on something, we'll grab a chocolate, or we put the Netflix, or grab your phone quickly just to numb that emotion. Instead, if you're aware, if you're mindful about things, then you can actually sit with that feeling and let it feel, let it come to you, and let it talk to you. The emotions are always a guiding system, right, to your inner world. So let it speak to you, and then from there, it's so much easier to heal. So other things. So
Yeah.
can I continue?
Yeah, please do. This is great.
Please do. Yeah.
Sorry. So yoga is another one,
Yeah.
because if your body is in misalignment, yoga, what it does is it brings you back into the flow, the rhythm, where the energy will be, because we all are energetic beings and we live in an energetic world. So when you do the yoga, what happens is it brings you into that energetic alignment with your body, because your certain energy points will be open to yoga, which doesn't happen with workouts or high intense workouts and all. But cardio and all, it's still good for your cortisol level, because you are still managing the stress levels. So there's absolutely nothing right or wrong, but it's just a matter of you figuring out what works best for your body and your mind, depending on what exactly you want at that point of time. As you both rightly said, it's a journey that you need to figure out on your own what works for you. And vagus nerve resets are really, really good for alignments, because this is your signaling system. This is what gives you signals from your brain. That means your emotions and thoughts are bringing all that into your body, and the body reacts. So when you heal something, if you can reset your vagus nerve, it's very important to do that. So you come into an alignment for your new energies, for your new conditionings are removed, and it's a reset. So hypnosis is something that I greatly believe in, where you can sort out your past life misalignments, where somebody can walk through that experience, because every soul comes onto earth to experience something. So if they're coming in to experience something and you don't want to experience that thing on earth, now there's a clash, there's a misalignment. So understanding those experiences, why they're coming to earth, what is the purpose of the soul, is so much easier. Then it flows its resistance. Any past life regression therapies, there's so many modalities you can choose, so many healers out there that you can start with if you just want to try it out, if it works for you. So likewise, it's a journey that you choose for yourself.
Wow, that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. That's what I want to say to people, anyone watching after listening to that. And I don't know, obviously I don't know where people are in their journey, but a lot of this can, and we say this a lot on the Hangout because we love these kind of subjects. A lot of this can sound woo woo, and a lot of it can sound like this. But it's real, like it's real, and we've said this so many times that whether you like it or not, it's real, and you are energy, and there's certain practices that you can do that will get you more aligned, and it can sound a bit too good to be true, maybe for some people, like, oh, I can do this and I can align myself and I can have a better life. Yes, actually, yes, you can. So that's what I just want to tell people, that have an open mind. I think larger most of our audience are open-minded and they are into that too, but for anyone who might be still a little bit skeptical about it, try it out. Like this stuff works. And I have some more questions on the like the meditation and the yoga things, but I think Misty, you had a question. I think I cut you off.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. I had a question. You said you meditate for like 2 hours a day, which hoo-ha, like props to you, first of all. That's a really cool. How did you didn't start off like that, right? Or how did you work your way up to it? Is it just like making it longer and longer, or how did you start? Because I'm asking because if I try and sit still for even a minute and just a minute, my mind is everywhere. So that's something I actually really want to work on and work up to. So yeah, please.
So I grew up in a Buddhist household, so where we are trained to meditate from, I think we were 2 or 3 years old. So that wasn't a choice for us. But when I was younger, it was so hard for me. Of course, when you're a teenager and you're, so many tabs open in your mind, you're like, you don't want to meditate, right? And in my late 20s, what I started doing is I started with, let's say, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever I can do, but I can do it on a consistent basis. That's what get me going. But there was a point where I kind of found that rhythm and balance within me. And that led me to look at it in a perspective where it wasn't a task for me, it was something enjoyable for me. It was something that I do always. It was nothing, there was no resistance towards sitting down in one place. So I had to find a way which was, yes. And I had to find a way which was easier for me to follow through. I didn't have to, you don't have to actually sit down in an uncomfortable position. If it's, let's say, lotus pose is really hard for so many of us, even for me. So you don't have to sit in that pose to meditate. Wherever you're comfortable, if you know that you won't fall asleep, just do it on your bed, lie down and just before bed, do it for half an hour. But just make it easier. And the biggest mistake that people do when they start to meditate is they try to do something instead of doing something. Especially not fighting with the thoughts is so important, because thoughts are like, it's like a little child. If you tell them not to do something, if you try not to think about something, it's going to amplify.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do is just let the thoughts come through and just observe it instead of absorbing into the thoughts. So that's the easiest way to follow through.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just sitting here imagining you sitting there for 2 hours doing that, and then I go to the Buddhist monks that do it for days, and it's like, some of them have even, I probably shouldn't bring it up here, but petrified themselves doing that. It's like, wow.
Because at some point you won't feel anything. You won't be even there. You won't feel that numbness of your body, and you'll just kind of lose that sense of your physical matter, body.
Yeah. Well, I could probably do it being this heavy. I'd have to work on it when I lose the weight, because otherwise I can't sit still. I have a hard time now. I'm sitting here moving around and shaking my legs, and just, I don't know. Sometimes I tell people that other people that don't know me probably think I'm on crack because I'm sitting here all the time, moving all the time, and I'm not. I have this energy, and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
So
that's why fight over the body.
Huh?
Sorry, cut you off, Josie. But what you can do is sit on the most comfortable chair for you at your place, and just close your eyes and meditate. And don't overthink it. That's why I said don't even sit upright.
Yeah. Well, I have to do it more often. And I do it every once in a while, but I don't do it enough.
Yeah.
Start with 4 minutes. That's the trick.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's why I really liked what you said about make it comfortable for you. Because my biggest thing admittedly, I need to do it more. I haven't done it in a while. When I try and sit down, cross-legged, straight back, and just try, like, the first thought that comes to my mind most of the time is, ow, like my back hurts, like my legs hurt, like my shoulders hurt. I injured my shoulder a few years ago, and if I sit for too long, or have to like hold myself up for too long, it'll really start to hurt. And that's all I can think about. So I really like that you said like it doesn't have to be that. Like it doesn't have to be what you see in the movies where like people are like this, and make it comfortable.
Absolutely. And this, everything that you do in life, it's supposed to be an easy journey for you.
Yeah.
If you're thinking otherwise, it comes from a place of a conditioning where you have to work hard, even for a meditation, even your self-help journey or self-transformational journey. Everything you do is supposed to be easy. And that's how you'll move forward. Otherwise, your brain will take you out of the game in no time.
Yeah. That's really powerful, actually. We make things, that's a thing that I think most, if not all, humans do. We make things harder than it has to be. And this is exactly what we're saying, what Chamu helps people with. Like it can be so easy if you have the right information and you do it consistently. And with this, you said you go on for like 21, 27 days. Is it every day that people like meet with you and you get on these? Well, how does it happen?
So they will have certain things to do there on their own every single day, but they will meet me every week or every 7 days, depending on how they're progressing on their healing. So we do one session and we see how they progress, and then we do the second one. In between, they will do vagus nerve resets, yoga, and all of that in between. But if they can spare 30 minutes daily with whatever they do at home, they will be given all these workbooks and everything. So it's all guided. They don't have to worry about figuring things out on their own. And then if they can spend 2.5 hours per week or 3 hours per week to work with us, then that's all the time commitment that they will need to get into this alignment.
Nice. And if we're being honest, we all have half an hour a day. We all do. And you're lying if you say you don't. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Just don't scroll on your phone for half an hour and and do that instead. Everyone has that. You can make the time. And what I also really like about this is some people say 21, some people say 30. So it takes about 25 days to build a habit. So if you actually commit to something like this, not only are you going to build a habit, and it's going to be so much easier to go do it by yourself, but you've also built that strong foundation and you have strong connections. You have someone that you can go to ask questions to. So it's what, not even a month of your life for setting up the rest of your life. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. Yeah.
And just the thing happens is, like, when you go through this 21 days transformation, up to 28 to 40 days, your cells, each and every cell in your body rejuvenates. So you will have a whole new body.
Wow.
So in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you do something, your entire being is changed inside out. That's what we say. This is so powerful, because you're in alignment. You will be able to notice your eyes change, the brightness and sharpness of your eyes changes, your face changes within this time when you do a lot of inner work. And you will be able to see visible signs in your body as well, not only just your mind and your energetical body.
Yeah, that's really
I
cool.
love this.
Yeah.
So
when people say like, oh, sorry. I was just gonna
just go for it, Lucy.
I was just gonna, no, you go after. I was just gonna say, when people go through things like this and they're like, I feel like a new person. It's like, well, you kind of are, actually. Quite literally. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that this is something we need to do. We just need to do this, because it's like, it doesn't affect, like you're saying, is that you just don't want to do the meditation. You really want to do the inner work, and then how it will affect your entire being, your entire life there moving forward. So you are not like, I like that you're saying you can physically see a difference in yourself and you're physically a different person, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're completely different, and you can't go back to the past. You can always, it's constantly improving, and it's just, I don't know, it's so amazing.
And the best thing is, the minute you start seeing all that change happening within yourself, because it will reflect outside immediately. You will get all the opportunities that you might have missed all these years. You might get a better job, you might earn a little bit better, you might find another mentor to help you maybe build your business, like what we do in FLC, right? You never know
Yes.
what will show up for you, because now you're vibrating in that beautiful, powerful, blissful energy. So you attract good things into your life.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Exactly. It starts with you. And you are responsible for working on yourself. And yes, things will come and opportunities will come, but it starts with you working on yourself first. Which we need to realize, and that goes for any area of your life, like financially, relationship wise, doing things like this. It starts with you, is what I'm saying. And it's your responsibility to work on it.
What often happens is when they try to figure it out on their own, they will go to YouTube and try to Google something, or they will go on to Instagram, see so many information is out there. Now, what happens is they get so overwhelmed by all the information out there, and they just quit because it's too much. They don't know where to start. They don't know what will happen to them. They don't know, don't have any points to measure their progress, or that support, that somebody or a team being with them throughout their journey. It's so important when you're starting anything, when it comes to self-transformational programs or healing or counseling or anything, when it comes to your inner work. You have to have that proper guidance system for you built so that it's easy for you to follow through. And that's very important, I would say. And that's one of the reasons that I've created this, to get for a person to get from point A to point B with a certain period of time with much ease and flow, instead of struggling with so much information out there.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah. And I think with there being so much information out there, there's so much that I don't want to say that can go wrong, but there's so much information that you can get it in the wrong order and maybe not get the progress and the solid foundation you're looking for. So I like that you put it all in one place and you're like, this is how it should be, because you can even going through the material that's on, like, say here on YouTube or something, all the information that's out there, you may end up mixing practices, right? And then completely be thrown off even more than you already are. So I think I have to commend you. This is absolutely amazing. I love this. So is there anything that you ladies would like to say to the viewers, or any advice or anything you'd like to give them as we're going to wrap up here?
Oh my goodness. Go ahead.
I would say the only thing that I want to say is start from somewhere that you can trust, somewhere that you can, the energies match. When you go to any therapist, if you're uncomfortable with that therapist, that you're not going to continue that journey, it's going to just make it uncomfortable for your body and your mind and everything. So whoever you trust, just start from somewhere and don't think twice to start, because this is about you, and invest in yourself first before anywhere else or anything else. Because once when you do that, everything else will fall into place as it's supposed to be. But you are your priority, nothing else.
Yes, so true. I want to say exactly that. And what you just said at the end there, with yes, you can go do it yourself. You can. What does Chabara say? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Find someone, find the right information, because it makes all the difference to the speed and the quality of your results. So like you said, find someone you align with that you can actually go through this journey with, and do it. Like, make the time to improve on yourself and things like this, because the ripple effect of all other areas of your life when you start working on you, like this is going to ripple so much further than you can probably even imagine. So find the right person, find the right information, make the time to do it. Your future self is gonna thank you. Oh, and follow Chamu again.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I like this because you keep stressing that you need to be aligned with the person that you have helping you with this. You need to feel comfortable with whatever you're doing, and we're always saying get outside your comfort zone. That's where your growth lies. But in this case, you want to be comfortable outside your outside your comfort zone, and there's a difference in there. There's one that's um, I'm staying in my comfort zone because I'm too scared to get out of that, too scared to try anything new. And here, you want to try that something new, but as you're trying that, you still want to have that comfort where I feel safe enough to do this, and I feel like this is going to benefit me, and I'm doing the right thing for me and those who I come in contact with. So I love this, and I thank you
Not
so much
everything
for
in
being
your
here.
not
Huh?
everything in your life needs to frighten you.
Yeah.
You can be comfortable.
Yes. Yes. Well, Grant Cardone always says, if it doesn't scare you, you're doing the wrong thing. But in this case, I think that's wrong. I think that, you need to have that level of security and being able to feel safe in whatever you're doing as well. And I like that. So, Chemu, thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait. I would love to have you on again if Josie says, Josie's on board with that. I think we would both love that. You have such beautiful information, and we just enjoyed this so much. And with that being said, guys, thank you, Chemu, for being here. With that being
Thank you
said,
so much
guys,
for having me.
thank you for joining us. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with everybody you can, because our goal is to reach as many people as possible to help them reach their freedom lifestyle, because here's where it begins. Guys, keep learning, keep your pens and papers out, expand, grow, be comfortable outside your comfort zone. That's where the growth lies. Follow Chamu, hit her up, find out, what you can do to get that solid foundation and that base line for you in your life to improve in all areas. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.